What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today, after the passing of Tropical Storm Laura, my home server started acting up due to humidity. Here in the Dominican Republic, I live 3 blocks away from the Caribbean Sea, which makes it a very salty environment. As the servers are running, they collect dust, and this dust contains salt. When combined with the extra humidity from the storm, it turns into a conductive gunk, shorting out internal components. Shorting components due to this kind of issue doesn't mean they're fried. Cleaning usually fixes the problem and brings it back to life. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll attempt to clean the motherboard with regular washing detergent and tap water. After the water bath, the next step is to use rubbing alcohol and contact cleaner on the components. After this process is done, the next step is to dry the motherboard in the sun or use a blow dryer. If the motherboard comes back to life, it's time to coat the components with a layer of transparent nail polish and a good layer of clear coat paint to prevent the same situation from happening again. So enough talking and let's get started. Let's begin by reproducing the failure. We can see that the server doesn't want to switch on. After we press the power button, it quickly shuts down with the red fault indicator flashing. Time to take it apart. In order to remove the motherboard from the tray, we need to unscrew the serial and VGA cable mounting screws. Now we can start preparing our regular washing detergent mixture. We use a brush to apply it to the motherboard thoroughly. Now we give it a good wash with the hose to get all the soap out. We hang it on to get sun. Now the next step is to use rubbing alcohol and wash the motherboard for any residual soap or any contaminants. After we're done, now it's time to blow dry. We make sure it is dry. Now we can apply nail polish to our integrated circuits wherever we find it on the motherboard. We make sure to get every integrated circuit. Now we need to cover all the RAM and the PCI slot expansion cards slots, so we can go ahead and apply a clear coat to the motherboard to protect it against future moisture. We also do it on the fans. Cover up our maintenance switch. All the ports. You can use regular masking tape. In this case, I'm using electrical tape. It will work just fine. We cover up the ramp. We can use a piece of paper for this. Now we can start applying the clear coat. You can use polyurethane clear coat for this task. Make sure you add a nice thick layer. Now we do the same on the top. Make sure to have at least 2 or 3 coats of paint. Usually clear coat dries very quickly. Now time to put it back together again. Now we have to put everything back together again in order to test it out to see if our remedy worked. Installing our rams of our fan holders. Installing our fans. It's a good idea to clean them. Our air duct. And we are done with this build. You can see it's nice and shiny. After all this work, we have to test if our fix was successful. We start by powering on server number 1, or white. We can see here that we have a screen and the BIOS is booting up. It's booting VMware and the server has successfully booted and we have no fault on the front indicator panel. Now we turn on server number 2. We see that we get a BIOS and it will go to boot to VMware. Both servers are running without any issues. Our troubleshoot was successful. If you have one of these HP DL380 generation 6 or 7 and live in the tropics and also have an uncontrolled environment like I have here, this might actually save you a few dollars. If you like this video, please give a like, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for future videos. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.